Alright, well g'day and welcome back once again. As we mentioned last week, we are heading on into $1 land today. So there's nothing for it but to get into it. We've got nothing really exciting showing on either end of the roll. We've got a 2002 on one end, which is just a normal old year, which doesn't have any listed errors or anything, and it's a pretty high circulation year. And the other end all we've got is the kangaroo, so the mob of roos. So let's get into it now. Still a little bit of a focus up first. So starting things off was our mob of roos from 1984. And in terms of circulation of those, as we mentioned a few times before, there's 186 million of them that were circulated, so there were a lot. But that's not too bad because it bodes well for the possibility of there being errors. Alright, and if you are unfamiliar, what we're searching for when we're looking on the roos side is little metal blobs here. Those are called backpack errors. Sometimes there's one on the tail down here, sometimes there's ones over here, and sometimes the ones that are on the back here, they're called a spew roo, where the roo spews on the other one and leaves a little blob of metal on there. But we don't see any of those on that so far. 2011, that 2011 mob of roos had a circulation of 17 million. There's quite a few of them. Oh good lord, what's happened to this one here? It's grubby as hell. Been for the ringer. 1984. There's nothing listed in terms of anything for 1984, as we said just before. 2019. Now this one, we can be looking for a letter under the large roo if this is a mob of roos. Bugger, no letter under the roo. Damn it. What we are also looking for here is IRB. And we can see it there under the Queen's Head. And that one there has a circulation of 8.17 million, I think it was. So that's a keeper. That's all right. Even though we didn't get the one with the letter underneath it. I did jag out of them a couple of weeks ago, actually, which is pretty cool. This looks like a 2024 or 2025, so 2024s are keepers for King Charles. Oh, what do we got here? International Year of Peace. Now, if you like your coins that are nice and pretty, and you can find one of these in good nick, it might be something you might want to keep for yourself. 1986. International Year of Peace. There was a 25 million circulation on these, so there's quite a few of them, but you know, if you like your coins that don't look like all the normal ones, it might be something you want to keep for yourself, so keep that one in mind. Now, our 02, possibly this one will be the year of the Outback. Yes, it is. And this one had a circulation of 35 million. There's quite a few of those. I have seen some rotations on these scattered around the place, as in when you spin it around. What we're talking about with rotation is if you turn it, the Queen's nose is there and it should sort of line up and have the coin be sort of level. So there's no rotation error there with that, and it doesn't look like there's any cud errors or anything there for the printing or the rims or anything like that. So nothing too exciting there. And a mob of roos. No rim errors, no cud errors, nothing like that. No rotation error. It's a 1994. And that 94 mob of roos had a circulation of 47 million. There's nothing we can really report on that other than that. 2019 mob. So this one is again, we were talking about just previously, we wanted to try and find the letter under the roux. Now, the letter sits around about there, but it's not on this one. But if this is an IRB, as it is, it's one that we can put aside next to the one that we got earlier, so that's good. We got a couple of those. Our 05, this will be the World War coin, and there's a couple of things we're looking for here, as we've discussed before, but if you're not familiar, there's a couple of things we're looking for here, one of which is the medal on the hat there, as well as any other sort of cud errors or blobs of metal around the place on the coin, but that's specifically where it shows up, is on that hat there. So there's nothing in terms of any rotation or anything with that. And oh, here we go. This is an interesting one. So this is a 2024 King Charles. So it's one of the newer ones, but as we'll see here, not only is it new, but it's also got a backpack error, which is cool. So we mentioned before that the little bits of metal sort of pop up at various different places. And you can see there the kangaroo's kind of wearing a backpack. So there's a backpack right there on him. I haven't actually seen a backpack on a 2024, so that's cool. So I actually haven't seen a backpack on a 2024 before, so that's actually really cool that we've got that one. It's one I've yet to come across, so that's very interesting and very cool. And a 19, this is the one with the letter under the roux again, if we can find it. Negatory. And it is a JC 2019. So I believe, and I'll have to go offline and check this, that this could be the one that's listed as the 6th effigy. So it's the one that's the much less circulated 2019 mob of roux. And it has a circulation of only 2 million. So that one goes aside, most definitely. But we'll have to look it up. That looks like a 24 once again. Yes, it is. Oh, here we go. 2021. This looks like one of our ones that we are after, because I can tell by the writing of the word $1 underneath. So this is one that I do enjoy collecting. I've got quite a few of these, even though it's fairly sort of common, but it's the coloured coins, and I like the coloured ones. And this is called the donation coin. There's a circulation of 12 million of them. They sort of range in price from around about $2 up to about $6, more or less. And a 19. Oh, this is a JC 19 again. 2 of them we got now. That's cool. Alright. It's going to be a bit of a mission sorting all these out at the end. We've got quite a few out of this roll. And APEC Australia 2007. There's no sort of rotations or anything with that. The APEC coin had a 20 million circulation, so there was quite a lot of those. And in terms of general errors there, nothing really visible. That's a 2009. That's not really one that's sort of listed with any errors, and that has a circulation of 21 million. Can't really see any cud errors there. 3 to go. Alright, we're looking for cut errors, pressing errors, rim errors, anything. And we've got nothing on the ruse side. That is a 2000 and what now? 6. Oh, yep, that's the one we ran into personally, which has previously, which has the 36 million circulation. And this is something I've seen quite a bit of as well. You'll see this sort of a little black line that kind of appears on the inside of this coin here. That's really nothing. That's just what happens when the coin itself gets packed into those little rolls, these rolls here, and it sits in there for a while. So it's just what happens when the machine kind of does that, and sometimes you end up with a big inner circle as well. When it gets locked in the machine, or there's a little bit of an error with the machine, you end up with a big sort of circle that's on the outside of these coins as well. So if you do come across these and you see that, don't think that it's an error, because it's not. It's just what happens with the little machines that Armor All or whoever is doing the coins kind of put coins into, when they put the coins into the rolls. So the 85 Mobaroos, that had a circulation of 96 million. There's quite a few of those, and we couldn't see any sort of obvious errors there. And our last one on the roll, just a little bit grubby, is a 2011. We've got nothing listed in terms of errors for that, but it could be a Chogam coin. If it is, we're going to be pretty happy with that. It's not. Bugger. Alright, it's just a mob of ruse. And any little cud errors or anything on that? Nothing that we can see. And the 2011 mob of ruse had a circulation of 17 million, so there was quite a few of those. But I'll tell you what, that was a really, really eventful roll of coins. We've got ourselves 2024 King Charles. We also had a King Charles with a backpack, which is further on in here somewhere. I can't remember where it is. We also had ourselves a donation coin. And our 2019s, we got quite a few of those. We had the IRB ones, and we also had the JC ones. These JC ones, I've got to check whether they are the ones that are called the 6th effigy, which means they only have a circulation of 2 million, so I'll have to check on them. There was a couple of those from memory. We also had the IRB 2019s. It was one there, another one there, and I think this might have been another one of the 19s. Yes, it was. This is the JC one. Then there's our 2024 King Charles, which has the backpack error on it. So that's a specific one for that, which is great. And another 2024 King Charles as well. And that didn't have any errors or anything on it either. Alright, well that's quite a haul for this week, I think, for that dollar coin roll. It's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, well, once again, thanks very much for watching. Next time we catch up, we will get into the last of our rolls that we have from the bank, which is our little 10-cent roll. And we will then be knocking all of those ones off from the bank for another week. And then we'll catch you next time. I'll see you then.